dark.
You do know recording, right?
Right now?
Yes, this has been recording for a minute now.
Oh, I didn't kind of get.
I was doing my
Okay.
intro.
You have to call that, Joe.
I'm not going to shut you up. Hey, girl. Hey everybody, welcome to Tea Sessions with That Damn Joey. Now, before I get into the logistics of it, I do want to introduce my co-host for today, my very handsome and very business-minded boyfriend, Jay Edwards. Say hello.
Hello.
He's my favorite person in the world. Although he stresses me out, I love him, and I'm happy that we could do this video today.
Yes.
He came up with the great idea of, since we're really not doing anything, why not post a video and ask each other questions about how this whole coronavirus thing is affecting us. So, duh, that's a great idea. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, before we get into that, I know that you've seen posts about me revamping and a new co-host. All of that is still coming, and of course we're waiting until all of this dies down.
Absolutely.
But while we're here, why not go ahead and have a little bit of fun and still keep the jive going? So we do still have our co-host. She will be here starting with us in mid-April. If things are dying down by that time. If not, she knows it's going to be a little bit longer, but just to keep you guys updated. Now, today we've come up with a total of 9 questions to ask each other. And I'm going to be the one reading to ask him, and then I'm going to reply with my answer once we're done. And you'll kind of get the feel of how kooky our relationship can be.
I wouldn't say kooky, I'd say interesting.
I say kooky because we're crazy.
Okay, sure.
So it all works out.
Right. So I'm going to ask you 9, and you're going to ask me the same 9? Or are you going to
I'm going to read it to you. You're going to be the one that I ask first.
Okay,
And then I'm going to reply with my answer on top of that.
Get the flow of how you want me to do this.
And just to give a gist, if you guys haven't seen our relationship before, we've been together for a year, come March 16th of this year, so we just hit our year point.
Yeah.
So he hasn't thrown my body into a lake, thank God.
A year and 8 days.
A year and 8 days, yes. He has not thrown my body into a lake, so.
6 hours.
Was it 6 hours? Where were we? No, we
had
weren't up.
breakfast.
We weren't up that early.
Yeah, because we had breakfast. We had breakfast at the place down the street.
Right.
And it was like 9 o'clock in the morning.
I don't remember being up that early.
Oh, yeah, it was like, yeah, we walked.
Woo. No, I'm not an early bird.
Yeah. It was called the Rooster.
I'm sleeping to, I think it's the Broken Egg Bistro.
No, the Broken Egg is in Chesapeake, right?
No, we have an egg bistro here. We have a Broken Egg Bistro here.
Yeah, but it's not called that. It's the one with the red, like, rooster on it?
No, it's called the Egg Bistro.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to go on Yelp and check it later, but okay. Okay, sure. All right.
Okay.
I'll take your word.
So, the first question that we're going to go ahead and jump into is, how has this 2-week quarantine, in your opinion, negatively or positively affected our relationship?
Well, can I give both? Because I don't want to give one without.
Absolutely.
Okay. Negatively.
Before we do that, this is not me getting offended because we're being honest about this.
We have not practiced this at all.
We have not practiced this at all. This is all just throwing it out there for you guys as well as throwing it out there for us. So you won't see my reaction just kind of freak out. I'm a little bit more standard than that, but we'll go ahead and work that out. So go ahead.
So negatively, I'll just start with that, just get that out the way. I'm not used to spending this much time confined with someone.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't take away from the fact of, love or in love or affection. It just, it's a box, and you don't really like being in that box. I can't speak for everybody, but the type of person that I am, I need to be out. I need to be I don't care, walking in the woods, I don't care.
You do have a lot of energy.
But just bouncing from one wall to another wall, it just feels a bit exhausting.
Okay.
So I'll say that.
Okay.
And that's not just you. That could be anybody. I don't think 2 humans should be in a small, confined space. Now, if this were like, a 6,000 square foot house, but I mean, you can pan the camera if you want to. This is a 1-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
There is bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, there's a closet, And there's the living room, and of course, right here is the dining section. I'm just trying to give you the lay of the land. That's what I'm stuck with. Now, on the bright side, there is a front porch, and it's warm. So I take my little chair, I go sit outside. So negatively, I would have to say it's that feeling of compact. Positively, it has given me an opportunity to, re-get to know you and your quirks and the things you like and don't like, and not to burn your toast because you scrape it off because it's too much burnt on it, and it I guess puts things in much better focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So me negatively, I think I'm gonna go positively first. So I think positively, we get time to just sit and chill and have a good dinner and cuddle up to our shows. With my time with working and having school, I was barely home. Now that I finished school, praise God, I'm home a little bit more. But it's nice again to reconnect and get to know him, and I can just pluck his nerve because I'm just bored. Like, much as he makes that face, he likes it. I'm not gonna lie. But negatively, I'm not gonna say it's compact because I've been in a household with people who were right on top of each other, so I can be used to that.
You had like a 5-bedroom house.
Well, do remember I did have an ex that had like 4 roommates in a house.
Oh, I thought you meant...
No. Living in mom's house, I had my own space.
Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't see them for 2 weeks at a time.
Okay.
And we'd all be home.
So,
no, I've been in a place where roommates have been just collectively on top of each other. It's just been a mess.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Negatively, I don't think that I really have anything negative to say because, of course, sometimes I just like being up under him. But when he's like, okay, I've had enough, he gives me my space, or I can look on his face and know I can give him his. So I really don't think I have anything negative to say other than it's kind of weird just being home as much. But I'll take it because I'm, again, never, ever, ever, ever home. So that's my negative and my positive on that. Okay. Number 2. Do you think we are spending too much time together?
Oh God, yes.
or not enough, and why?
I'll say this. When we had the long distance relationship, I told myself I never want to do this again. Like, you living in Atlanta, I was living in DC and Virginia. It was a lot. So it's nice to spend this kind of time with you, I guess, to make up for that time that we were somewhat robbed of. But I'm sorry, I think I went back to your first question. I kind of tangent there for a second there. Do you think that we're spending too much time together? Yes and no, I guess. I mean, yes, we are together, but again, we do have an opportunity to cook for each other and do fun stuff like that. And at the same time, we know how to, I guess, share the space. I'm not all up under you. If you need the bedroom and I need the living room, or if you want the front porch and I want the bedroom, or vice versa. So we're dividing the space up pretty equally. If there were a dog here, I think it'd be too much going on.
We want to get a dog.
I think it'd be too much going on. If it were like a little cat and she just kind of jumped all over the place and did her own freaking thing.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Then that would be okay.
FCC.
You can cut that part out. But I think that it is a bit much. It is a bit much, to be honest with you. I understand the reason that we're doing this is for the health and safety of others around us. And it is a sacrifice that we're very willing to take and very happily to take in order to make sure people get better. Okay. So I am okay with doing this. And it would be selfish of me to sit here and complain and wah without stating the obvious. This is something that we're doing voluntarily, but we're also doing it to help others in our community. Every time I turn on my Facebook, I see more and more cases popping up in Atlanta. So I'm happy to do this. So to answer your question, I think we are and I think we're not, but at the same time, we're doing a good job sharing the space.
Okay. My answer is I feel that we don't spend enough time. And I say that because, again, going back to my first answer, with my schedule being so and all over the place, and having to be up at 6 o'clock and out of the house by 6:30, which I didn't always do, and then having to leave from work and walk straight to school, and then not getting home until 10:30, and then eating a quick dinner, if that, getting a quick glass of wine to calm my nerves, and then going straight to bed. And I don't get to ask, how was your day? Or, even if we do get that, it's very brief, and that's not what I wanted our relationship to be. Even with us now, I wish that we could spend a little bit more time, just kind of you cuddled up on me a little bit more, and maybe a little bit more intimacy time, things of that nature. But I'm thankful for what we have. I am thankful for what we have, because there's a lot of people who don't, unfortunately, get to be in this space because they're doing long distance, or partners on deployment, or a partner works or flying out of the job, or nurses. I applaud you guys having to stay tons of hours at the hospital when you have loved ones and dogs at home. Now, about this dog thing, I super want a dog.
I don't see that on the list.
You don't have to. I super want a dog, and I think we could have a really chill, relaxed dog that acts like a cat. I've had one before. I've seen it happen. I think I'll get blessed with that again. So that'll be another conversation. All right. Number three. How do you think our relationship will fare after all of this plays out and ends?
Okay, no more stuff.
Ooh.
I think we'll be a lot stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I think moments like this allow you an opportunity to really get to know each other. What you like and what you don't like. And I hate to say it, when you're in this little box, you have nothing better to do but to get along. I mean, I could not imagine it being this wall up between the two of us, or even worse, a wall up and at the same time fighting or bickering. It would just be way too much.
Right.
So in the interest of keeping the atmosphere that we're stuck in clear, we're noticing, where to pivot with each other, what battles to pick.
Right.
And I know what, again, you like and don't like, and certain things that you prefer, or I don't know, word it differently, and just, the small things that seem to kind of, I guess if you don't answer it quickly enough, it builds up, and then it builds up, and then it builds up, and then it's like, oh, you ain't told me that 6 months ago.
Right.
So, when you're stuck in that box, I guess I have no reason not to recognize certain pain points, because they've been introduced so many times within a 24-hour period. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I completely agree with that. I think that we're going to be definitely a stronger couple, I think, with communication, because we have that much time to just kind of, and I'm thankful for this time period, because I think, I think with us even working with our jobs and doing our little side hustle things, we probably would not have been in the mindset to really kind of take that time, because we're just always on our grind. So I think this is kind of our moment to be like, slow down, let's enjoy this,
focus.
Enjoy what you have, focus on each other for this period of time, so then once it's time to get back out there, boom, we got it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm looking for, so I'm happy about that. Question number 4, what would you rather be doing at this time? Number 5 is going to be my favorite question, but go ahead.
Number 4, what would I rather be doing at this time? I'd rather be at work. I was furloughed. Mm-hmm. It's tough. I'm coming up with, a plan B and plan C. I'd rather be at work. That's my answer.
Okay. I would rather be sleeping, but I'm just trying to catch up on my sleep. With me not being furloughed, I think that I have enough PTO to make sure that we're taken care of, so that's why I'm not really stressing about it. I think that just me kind of decompressing my brain a little bit, and then figuring out what my next step is, because now that I finished school, I have time to go on and look for jobs. So I'm not really too focused on what my job is doing, and any update that they have, thankfully right now, is not affecting me. But while I had that time, I've taken what his advice is a couple days ago and just kind of going online and skimming through what we have that I could, do well in my job going through with my future career, which is television broadcasting or radio, whichever one comes better, whichever one comes first. So that's what I could be doing, but I'd rather be sleeping because I need to catch up on my sleep.
Okay.
Number 5, what are you excited to do once we get out of the house?
What am I excited to do?
And keep the work mindset out, because we know we want to obviously have to work, but like for you to decompress, what would you rather do? Where would you rather go?
What would I rather do, or what can I not wait to do?
Or what can you not wait to do, or what would you be excited doing?
I want to hit up like some of the festivals, like the wine festivals, or going to the botanical garden, which I've never been to. And I heard it's beautiful. I want to get out. I mean, I know that there are 101,000 clubs down here. So the clubs and the bars, they're always going to be there. And in fairness, of course, the botanical garden will be as well. But in regards to, what's most important, it would have to start with the more outdoorsy hiking trail type of stuff. Maybe go to a farmer's market, just really get a flavor of the city and what it has to offer.
Okay, awesome. Mine is to go get drunk. But other than that, 'cause I can do that at home, other than that, I would love to go see the botanical gardens. Raven and I, my sister Raven, and I were trying to go and get that done on a drunken summer day, and it completely backfired because we almost both died of heat strokes trying to get into the actual park. We didn't know where we were going left and right. So I want to try that out. I also want to go to Ponce City Market. I haven't been there yet.
I heard about that. Yeah.
I want to do that and see what that's all about. I want to go a little bit further into the downtown to explore a little bit more, because I've also my places are in Midtown. I love going to Midtown. Go to Zocalo's, go to Blake's, go to 10 to Piedmont G's. Those are my natural go-tos. Joel's on Juniper. But I want to get outside of that box and see what's going down. I've been to Escobar, love that, so I could do a little bit of that as well and take him to that as well. So just kind of discover downtown a little bit more now that I don't have to
want to
work it.
find a place like Marvin's. I didn't take you to Marvin's.
No, we didn't go there.
We were to Marvin's. It's in D.C. So there's a place in D.C. called Marvin's. It's a very neo-soul, it's really it's a great Black business. It's a Black-owned business. It was inspired by Marvin Gaye, all the Black professionals. So if anyone knows a place kind of similar to that in Atlanta, please let me know. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off topic, but if anybody knows, please comment so that I can go to it.
Okay. Number 6. Do you think that we are utilizing our time properly in this process?
No. And I say that, it cuts both ways here. I'm not going to say you versus me. It's going to be a both. I do voiceover work on the side, and I could be doing a lot more. Now, I found this free software called Audacity, and I'm going to use that to record a voiceover demo, not to send to talent agencies, but just something that I can hit up local direct businesses and say, hey, here's a copy of my demo. Love to work with your jewelry store. Hey, here's a copy of my demo, Mr. Small business owner who owns a suit store. Love to cut your commercials. So I put together a rate card, and if I can get a certain number of customers on that card or clients, then that would be terrific money having each month, even after taxes. I should be doing that demo now. Now, last night I did copy some scripts. I'm going to practice today, and I'm going to get that demo going today. But all this time I had off, my focus should have been last week and not so much this week. I should have done that last week. But last week, I guess, was an awakening week where things were just kind of looking like they were okay, and then it didn't quite look so well. So I should have focused then, but I guess you kind of need that mourning period. So mourning period's over for me, and now I'm up and awake and I'm up and at 'em. Now, I could be doing that. However, I am happy with the progress that I have made. Now, that question was a we question, or did you say me? Either we or you. Okay, I just want to make sure before I answer the other side.
I'm taking it anywhere I can get it. I'm taking it anywhere I can get
fair.
it. So I'm passing no judgment. Like I said, this is an open free for all. So tell me how you feel.
I just want to make sure I'm answering the right question.
I'm not going to kick you out the bedroom for your answer. So, being fair.
I think perhaps you.
Are you answering for me?
Well, you did say we. Do you think we are utilizing our time?
Okay.
So, do you not want me to? Or
do you want me to answer for myself, or do you want to answer for me? How do you want to do
Can
that?
I give you my opinion?
You sure can.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
I just want to make sure I'm clear here. The question was for me to answer on both of us.
That's correct.
And then you're going to answer on both of us.
Okay.
Okay. Is that right?
Yeah,
or am I wrong?
I can do that.
All right. Cool. I'm just making sure. I'm not breaking no rules here because I'm not the host.
Breaking the rules, man.
Okay. I think you could be applying to more jobs. I do. I think you're doing a great job as to finding new resources to go after. Mm-hmm. But I believe the number that you're going after, as far as like the weekly number of applications, could be triple. Mm-hmm. Could be. And I think you'll get a much faster response that way.
Okay.
That's really my only thing is just applying to more. I mean, because the hotel, honestly, it kind of scares me. It's a travel industry. It's going to be up. It's going to be down. So I don't know whether or not you're going to have that guarantee. I'm not jinxing it, but I'm just giving you my real feeling here. And I feel that we should look at stronger options other than something that relies on tourism.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd love to see you apply to more.
Okay.
Because you applied to the ones that I've given you.
Mm-hmm.
But
I have.
Yeah.
I've applied to more.
Okay.
I put my resume up and I've done a little ear check.
Okay.
Done a little that. So, do I think that we are utilizing our time properly? I'm not going to say no, but I'm going to say that we could be doing a lot more. You're absolutely right. I do think that we have a lot of talent in things that we are doing. I think that you are absolutely phenomenal at voiceovers.
Thank you.
And with the work that you're doing in the movies that you've been in so far, phenomenal. So I think that you're definitely on the right road to where you're trying to get and where we're trying to be. But you're right. I do think that we could do more. I think I could do more applications. But for me, it's different because you have the equipment to do your trade, whereas mine is just kind of simple application. With the school being closed, I can't really do too much of like radio practice or voiceover practice or things of that nature because I don't know how to work your stuff. You can teach me, but as of right now, I don't know how to work your stuff. But with my radio and television, I have to be like in the studio, and I can't do that once the school is closed. So once it opens back up, then yes, I can do a little bit more trade and work on possibly getting my internships for school. Okay. So being a little bit more active on that is more so a goal. Number 7. How do you feel about the term Chinese virus, and were you offended when it was said? I made a whole post about this.
The term, I don't see how it's relevant. Chinese virus, nowhere have we called it, at least in my memory, the Chinese coronavirus. Because I first started hearing about it like late February, like sometime after Valentine's Day. There was a ship docked in Japan, and that's when I first heard about it. So the term Chinese doesn't even really make sense to me because the first case was in Japan. So I don't like the term. I don't think it's being used correctly. And I think it is a convenient refocus or reshift. Kind of like a magician's move, and my ball's in one hand, but I want you to kind of look at this other one, and it takes the attention off. And I think it's a very sad thing to do, because I've seen it done before in 9/11. I have seen it done to blacks in the 80s for the crack epidemic. Let's focus on these people, but not the problem. And I don't want to go too deep here. Even World War II. Let's definitely not forget that as well, with the Jewish people. So I don't like the term. I don't think it's appropriate. I don't think it's necessary. I don't even see how it fits into the conversation. I don't think it's helping anybody in the Asian community who may be susceptible to violence or bigotry.
Okay, I completely agree. I think that it's a very, very bigoted term. I've had conversation. I just posted this on Facebook the other day, and I've been getting responses of really. It almost seems like it's justifying it, which is an issue for me. I don't believe that people have to label something as a whole ethnicity as something so negative that's killing people, because again, it really didn't generate in China. The first case was in Japan. So I don't like it at all, and I feel that you can't label a whole ethnicity to that. It's not fair. So I was offended. I'm still offended by it. Say it in front of me, I'ma get you. So going to 8, we're almost done. Look at us. What are you expecting to happen to the economy when this is all over?
Oh my God, buy as many live chickens as you can, start a farm. We should be growing our own vegetables right now. I have used this tea bag 6 times today. No, I'm kidding. No, it's not that bad.
I'm about to say, oh my God. Oh my God.
I had a friend of mine, he's passed away, but his dad grew up in the Depression. And he told me that, if the economy were to ever hit, kids your age would not be able to survive, because we older guys in our 70s know what to do in case of really hard times. They do a little rice and some cornbread, and they put a little, like my dad, he puts like a little milk, he warms it up, and he eats that. And I'm like, oh, that's food to you. And he makes these like scraps, and he turns them into a meal. I think that is a trade, and that's just one of many, sowing and growing your own food, and saving. More importantly, where to cut, how to cut, and how often you should cut. That's a mental thing I'm not sure if many of us have inherited. So I think if it were for stricter practices, the economy would still be terrible, but I think the recovery would be quicker. I don't know if we are prepared, and I don't think that it's going to recover as quickly as we would like it to this time around. Now, there are many things that we can throw in there. Is Trump going to be reelected? I don't know. Is Biden going to be elected? I don't know. There are so many factors to throw in there. It's very hard to answer that in an election year. I would have to say, with a more progressive agenda, we could see an economy bounce back quickly. But with the wrong agenda, we could see it slowly churning back to normal again. I don't see them raising wages after this. I just don't see it happening. And you need people with higher wages to contribute to the economy, not just a wealthy company that's able to hire more and more people, because it's often a trade-off. Do you want wealthy employees, or do you want a wealthier, top tier company that can provide the resources to hire more employees? I think we should have higher wages. And without that, I don't think you're going to see an economy chug as quickly as you would like it to. That's my opinion.
I'm hoping, I'm not going to make an expectation because I'm not politically savvy. I don't like politics as much as the next person. I hate discussing politics because people really get in their feelings and you really start to see people's true colors when politics are discussed.
Politics.
Politics.
We should do a little podcast.
But I think I would like to see it kind of just, go forward in a positive direction. I think that this pandemic has done a lot negatively to our country, with us losing a lot of people and their health, and then now their jobs, and they can't afford all this stuff. It's a mess. So I'm really hoping that when this is all over, that we as a nation are going to be a little bit more put together. Asking for a lot? Probably. That's just how our country is. But that's just how I'm feeling. Number nine kind of piggybacks off of one of the questions that we have. So I'm actually going to ask you this question. Surprise. Where do you see our relationship in 10 years when it comes to finances, careers, and love itself?
Finances and careers, I think we both have the right seeds that we've planted in order to see very successful careers.
Agreed.
So I have no worry about that. Finances come with that. So I think where we have set that top bar, finances will come. And, I don't have an exact number as to what that would look like, but it would be extremely comfortable. Extremely comfortable. That's where I would like to see it in the next 10 years. That would make me 45. Oh, God. Yeah, definitely. Much, much better.
I'll be 39.
Yeah. You won't be 39.
I'm 29
Okay,
now.
well, yeah, but that's like, anyway, that's like 2 months.
I'll be 30 in May, y'all. So.
Yeah. And relationship was the last one. I think you and I have been through so far some pretty tough things with the long distance relationship and the monogamy within the long distance relationship, and the lack of seeing each other, like once a month or so. I mean, on average.
Once.
And then at the time where I was about to move down here, we didn't see each other for like maybe 2 months. So maybe even once every other month.
No, it was longer than that. I saw you July, then August, September, October, and you moved down middle, like Pride weekend.
October 20th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was late. So that with, what we're doing right now and just getting better at talking to each other and not at each other, and breaking down finances and getting it paid and what looks better and what doesn't look like it's going to be a good idea. I'm trying to talk to you.
I'm listening to you. Let me love you. I can do this. He doesn't like it when I try to love on him.
I'm trying to. This is where it's like I'll say this, and then when I ask you later, like, well, you didn't say that. Anyway,
I don't.
So I think we've been through a lot so far, and these are great teaching moments that will make us better in the future. So I see us together and probably still getting on each other's nerves, but
Yes.
I see it in very good rose-tinted lenses.
Rose-tinted lenses, Jesus.
Rose-ish.
Rose-ish.
Real pink.
I want to be married with 10 kids and a dog. I'm just kidding. No, I really want to, financially, I think that, and career-wise, I think that we'll be household names, which is really what we want. Again, we know what our talent is. We know what we can do. We know what we're capable of. It's just that simple. I think that we'll be really bringing in what we feel we deserve with our talents, and our work ethic, the work that we put in, and the work that we put out. I think as a team, we would be doing a lot of things. I think that we'll be doing a lot of jobs together.
Oh, well, now in that case, you may want to look at that number 9 together. You mean like in the same house?
No, I mean like we'll be doing
teasing,
like.
I'm just teasing.
Oh my God! I was like, wait, pause. Don't do that.
Depends on what type of job it is.
No.
If it's like big money, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that we can do big money
I'm
together.
not trying to work at Kroger with you now.
Don't do that. But I think that we'll be definitely doing very, very well with each other and for ourselves. And then love-wise, I'd love a little chateau charade. We build a little house or whatever. No, I think that, again, we've withstood a lot.
I don't like that house.
Huh?
I know you keep saying you like that house. I don't like that.
I'm obsessed with that house.
I don't like the house.
Every
The
10,000
inside is
square
beautiful.
inch.
The outside, I just.
We'll use different material. We'll use brick.
And before anybody says, "Oh, you shouldn't be saying that about," I'm not. I'm just saying it's not my taste.
Here. I love it. But I think that we've been through a lot. And I think that we just always rise to the occasion. We always come out stronger and better. I love that our relationship is making us better people. I love the situations and the tests in our relationships are teaching us more, not only about each other, but about ourselves. And it's always nice to be able to learn something new every day. So I hope 10 more years of this will work. I hope that we'll be able to branch up another level and just continue to continue to do what we're doing. So, well, that is us for today. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you for
once
having me.
again, my very handsome love of my life, Jay. Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you.
And follow me on Instagram at ThatDamnJoeyy with 2 Y's, and on Twitter at ThatDamnJoeyy. Again, stay tuned with everything that me and my co-hosts have coming up. It'll be in hopefully the next couple of months once this whole Corona thing dies down. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment on the area below. We're not the type of couple that gets offended with comments. If you feel like we didn't say enough or you have any questions, we definitely will get back to you as a team. So feel free to do that. We're very open-minded when we talk about things. And thank you guys again for tuning in. Mwah.
Stay safe.
Bye.